What up, Mikey's crew? It's your good friend Michael here, doing a video game pickups video here for the month of June of 2022. Let's just say I bought quite a bit this month, so this is going to be a little bit longer video than usual. Got a good assortment of games for a lot of the different consoles I have. I'm looking if you see me looking to my right, it's because all the games are on the table right here. And there's a few non-video game things we're going to show off as well. They're video game related, but they're not games. So I did get a few things this month like that. Went to my usual local stores in my area. And also, my wife Kathleen and I went on a vacation down to Holiday World Amusement Park, and we stopped in Indianapolis at 5 different stores on the way down. I think 3 stores were disc traders, or they were called disc replays, and 2 stores called The Exchange. And I also went to a disc traders over in Lansing and Jackson, and I went to a store in Lansing also called the Swap Meet this past month. And then there was a new game store that just opened up in Middleville called Pixel Perfect Video Games. Actually, the day I'm filming this video is their grand opening. I got to go for their soft opening. Didn't have time to go for today for their grand opening. But I'm hoping that store is going to be successful because they have an amazing selection of video games in there. Stuff from old consoles all the way up to current gen. They've got a rare games case, they've got a handheld games case, they've got a case that has more of the desirable or valuable games, like let's say like in a box for Nintendo or Super Nintendo, or even some loose cartridge games as well. Very well organized store, very clean. Owners are very nice. They're very knowledgeable about their games as well. The owners were talking about that this was like their collections they had built up over the years, and now they're using it as to start their store. So yeah, like everything, like I said, very organized by console, and there's only like 1 copy of each game out on the shelf, which looks very nice, by the way, because some game stores you go to, you see like 15 copies of one game, and it's just like that to, make the shelves look full, which, kind of doesn't look the greatest in my opinion. So they make it where, it's, one, like I said, 1 copy of each game. So not all the shelves are full, but, just opening, I mean, that's going to happen. They're going to get trade-ins. So yeah, they'll end up filling their shelves up. I have no doubt about that. Like I said, they have a great selection of games there, and I look forward to going back there. I think that's going to be like my number 1 game destination for looking for anything video games. And yeah, so I probably will make monthly trips there like I do to other stores. Even though that one's, a little bit farther away, let's say, than going to the stores that I go to usually in Portage or Kalamazoo. I got like a bug crawl on me, I can feel it. Portage or Kalamazoo or Plainwell or Battle Creek. This is probably about a 40-minute drive, but it's well worth it. And I look forward to going back. So part of my reach is I reach across the table to grab things, but we'll start off with some gaming magazines I picked up. I actually got 2, and I got 1 strategy guide. So the 1 strategy guide I picked up was Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, which I got this at one of the disc replays in Indianapolis. And then the 2 Nintendo Power magazines I got were from the Swap Meet. They had, I don't know, maybe like 15 or 20 Nintendo Powers. There were only 2 I was looking for. And these are getting hard to find, number 1. And from what I'm seeing on my Game Eye app, they're getting expensive. By expensive, I mean like these are like magazines, can go for like $10 or more for these. And I'm willing to pay $10 for a game, but man, for a magazine, it's just sometimes hard to like swallow that, I guess you can say. So the two ended up picking up. This is probably, I think, one of the earliest issues I have. This is May, June 1989. So this does not have a number on it. And this is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cover. And then I got issue number 61, which has Donkey Kong on the cover. So I think overall I'm still missing about 50 to 55 issues. So not too many left to go, thankfully. But I still need the first issue, which that one is going to be very expensive. And the last one, too, is, I think, close to $100. And some of the other issues can be, like, more desirable if they have, like, you know, like Zelda on it, which I think I'm missing a couple of those, or Metroid, or Mario. So I'm not going to be getting them all at once. You know, I might be if I can't find them in stores, I might start seeking them out on eBay, which I've done before, but at the moment I'm not doing that. All right, so I got some amiibos actually. So last month, I think it was in my last month pickup video, I talked about getting like my first amiibo, and I shouldn't really say that was my first, because I have all the Animal Crossing ones as well, but those are more my wife's than mine. I mean, she likes Animal Crossing, so I bought all those for her, and these ones that I'm getting are for me. And I'm not trying to get every single amiibo. I'm not really even looking to get them complete. I'm going to just display them on my shelf loose is all I'm planning on doing. So if I find them loose, I'm fine with that rather than getting it brand new, because I'm just going to be taking out the package anyway. So I got 5 this month, which was a good amount to get. And I'm probably looking for about 25 to 30 more, I think, to complete my collection. I also ended up getting, I don't have it here on video to show, but I got my wife like 50-something amiibo cards. And then we ended up buying a few packs at the exchange stores down in Indianapolis, so she ended up getting a few new ones out of that as well. We still have over 200 to go for a complete set. I'm not counting. There's like a subset that has like the Animal Crossing characters and like I think like vans. I'm not counting that for the complete set at all. That's kind of like a subset in my opinion, completely different than the series 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going for a complete set of that. It's, there's a lot of cheap ones that we thankfully have to get, not a lot of expensive ones, so I'm really happy about that. We got lucky by getting a few of them in packs. Like we got Fauna in a pack, we got Jack, which is like a $15 card. The Fauna one goes for like $25. I think that was the name of the character. All right, so I'll get to showing the amiibos now. So I ended up picking up a Daisy. And these were like all on the cheap side. Like 3 of these I got for like $10. That was one of them for 10. And then I also picked up Bowser Jr. and Yoshi. And all 3 of those actually came from one of the disc replays down in Indy. They did not have prices on them. I asked how much they were. The guy there said $10 a piece. I picked them all up. All right, and then from the disc traders over in Lansing, I picked up a Mega Man amiibo. And then I think what's the coolest one here, this one came from the disc traders over in Battle Creek, the Super Mario Brothers 30th Anniversary Edition one. This is the one that, is like the Mario from Mario 1. I think there's also one for Mario 3 as well, so I'm on the lookout for that too. But I just like the pixelated Mario here. I think that's so cool. Alright, so now getting into the games. I mean, there's a lot here to go over, so sit back and relax. Alright, so we'll start with the Game Boy Advance games here. I got 2 this month. First one came from the disc traders in Lansing. This is for my wife Kathleen. I got her the Powerpuff Girls, Him and Seek. And then from Pixel Perfect video games, I got a copy of Sonic Advance 2. And then actually completes all the Sonic games I'm looking for, of course, until Sonic Origins I know is coming out, or maybe has come out already. And then there's Sonic Frontiers that's going to be coming out later this year. So that's another one I'm going to be getting. So yeah, I haven't got all the Sonic games yet, but I'm on my way. All right. I'm probably just going to go kind of down in order instead of like kind of reaching and picking stuff out. So we'll start with PS4 games. What I got, nothing really exciting in here. Just, a few sort of games. So from one of the exchange stores, I ended up picking up RBI Baseball 19. I wanted to play one of the new RBI Baseball games for a while, and they had this one for like $10, so I decided to get this one. Or no, actually, they had this one for $5, I think. So that's why I ended up picking it up. I mean, it didn't really matter what year to get. I was just like, hey, $5, I'll pick that one up. Also from the same store, I ended up getting Star Wars Squadrons, another game I've been looking to play for a while since I like Star Wars games. It is PlayStation VR compatible, which I don't have VRs, but I'll just play it the other way. From from Pixel Perfect Games, I ended up picking up Trackmania Turbo, which looks like a fun kind of like, they almost look like RC cars. It's like you're driving like, Hot Wheels tracks, it kind of looks like. One of the reasons why I ended up getting the game. It looks like it's a lot of fun. So I can't wait to play that one. And then also, this probably came from one of the stores in Indianapolis. I got ATV Renegades. Looks like a fun ATV game. I'm not really into ATV games all that much, but this one looks like it's fun, so I figured I'd give it a try. And then from Disc Traders over in Jackson, I got a copy of Dirt 4. So the Dirt series is really fun. I love these off-road racing games like this or MotorStorm or any like the Colin McRae rally games. So that's why, I obviously want to get the Dirt series. Okay, so next up I will talk about one Xbox One game I got. So there's not many more Xbox One games I'm looking for. I'm looking for a copy of 2 Point Hospital for it, which I can't find, unfortunately. I want to get a copy of Doom Slayer Collection, but I want to find a sealed copy of that because I think there's only the copy of Doom on the disc, and the rest are like download codes for the rest of the games. So that's if I buy it loose, I know the codes are going to be used. And then I want to get Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, which was not released physically, so that one I would just have to download. And I just haven't, had my Xbox One turned on in a while, so that's why I haven't got that one yet. But I did end up getting a copy of Back to the Future, the game. And I did play this before on the Wii, a long time ago, but I wanted to get it for more modern system, although it doesn't matter, it's really the same game. But I was like, hey, I'd rather, play it on Xbox One. That's where really a lot of the times I'm playing like my story games. So I figured that's why I would end up getting it for this console versus, say having it on the Wii or the PlayStation. It's been a pretty tough game to find. This game is, climbing in price. So if you're looking for it, I grab it now. At least for Xbox One, it's climbing in price. I'm not sure if it's really climbing in price for other ones, but I know for Xbox One, it used to be like a $15 game, I think, and now I got it for around $30, which is what its going rate is. Okay, I found a couple of N64 games this month, which now we're almost down to the point of looking for rare stuff to what I want to get for the rest of my N64 collection. So this one I got from one of the stores, from one of the disc replays in Indy, and it's Tonic Trouble. So I've heard this game is mediocre, not the greatest, but I figured, it looks fun. It's got that cartoony kind of aspect to it, kind of like Banjo-Kazooie, so that's one of the reasons why I ended up picking it up. And I know it's not made by Rare, it's made by Ubisoft, so it is going to be totally different. And then also, this game is made by Ubisoft. This I picked up from another disc replay in Indy, and that is Buck Bumble. This game has definitely been climbing in price a little bit too. This game now goes for around $30, and I think it was one of Cooper's recommendations for a game to check out on his on the Double Jump Video Games channel. They do like a staff pick section. I think that was one of his games he ended up choosing. And it looks like it's a lot of fun. Like you go around as a bee flying around. I think trying to take out like other insects as well. So I look forward to definitely playing that one. From Double Jump Games this month, I ended up getting a Super Nintendo game. And this is one that's been a quest to find. I think I found one copy of the Midwest Gaming Classic. It was, beat up. I didn't get it. I've seen a copy of it at one of my local stores, but I didn't get it because also it was beat up. So this has been a hard one to find. For the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, I could find this game if I wanted to get it for that, but I want it for Super Nintendo. And so my quest now is over for finding this game, and that's Izzy's Quest for the Olympic Rings. Haha, get it, my quest is now over for this game. I don't really know how great this game is, but, Olympic games, I like them. Now, I haven't kept them all. There's like the ones for Super Nintendo, or not Super Nintendo, but for Sega Genesis, in my opinion, were just bad, so I did not keep those. Most of them that I played are just really kind of collections of mini games. The ones you get into later, like on, PlayStation and PS2, and are more like you play the events and they're not just mini games. All right, so let's talk about PlayStation 3 games now. So this next game I got probably from one of the disc replays in Indie. It's Skate 3, another one of Cooper's recommendations. Like he said, this game is pretty good. I like the Tony Hawk series. I'll give this one a try. And I think if I've heard right, like Skate 3 out of them all is the best, and not just because of the game, but because it has like glitches in it, I think, that just make the game like really hilarious and funny to play. So I'm hoping that I meet some, or I get to experience some of those glitches. Another one this one I think came from the Exchange, and this is Dirt Showdown. So this looks like not just like a racing kind of game, but looks also like kind of like Destruction Derby you go through in here. Yeah, it actually says so right here on the back. So and stunts and tricks and hooligan events. So it looks like a lot of fun to play. And also from the Exchange, I'm sorry if the camera's shaking. It's like leaning up against a pillow that's in a chair. It's on the table, so I'm sorry if I bump the table and, the camera shakes. I got a copy of Iron Man, and this came from the one of the Exchanges as well. Heard not a great game, but, superhero games, I like them. We'll give it a try, see if I do enjoy it, and if I don't, I can always trade it in. And then this one came from Pixel Perfect Games, and this is another game that if you don't have this for your collection, just get it now, because this game keeps going up in price. And that is the Ratchet and Clank collection. So this is, by the way, I'm going to say this is complete like this. There is a little slip that would be in here. There is no manual that comes with this game. There's like a voucher. It says you have access to the Sly Cooper Thieves in Time demo. That's what this voucher would be. So if you are someone that really needs to have that to say this is a complete copy, you would need that. For me, I don't really care. It's a slip. Like a little piece of paper is all it would be. If it was like a manual, I would definitely want to have it. But to me, it's complete like this. So this includes Ratchet & Clank Going Commando, Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal. There's also a voucher good for the 10th anniversary Ratchet & Clank Avatar as well. So probably if you're going to want to, use those, you would probably have to buy a brand new copy, because if the voucher's in there, it's going to be used by that point. But if you're looking to get this for the PS3, grab it now, because this game is around about $40 to $50. So if you don't grab it, it's probably going to continue to go up in price. Because remember, they shut the PS3 store down and then brought it back up. But if they decide to shut that down again, those games are not going to be on there anymore. And, even like the probably just separate copies of the PS2 ones are on there. So you definitely want to grab those before, or even buy that physically before it continues to go up in price. Okay, I'm going to talk about NES games next, which I got 4 of them this month. None of these are like rare or anything. These are all pretty common games. Although I will say, probably the last game on here is probably a little uncommon, but I think the rest are pretty much common. So I've heard good things about this one, Super Spike V-Ball. Don't play a lot of volleyball games, but I've heard this game is pretty good. So I figured I'll give that one a shot. And if they're all sports games too, these, so none of these are like, yeah, so these are all good sports games. And you know the funny thing is, I like playing sports games on the NES. I mean, old baseball games especially are my jam on the NES. I don't play basketball on there, a little hockey, especially with this next one I'll be playing, and that is Blades of Steel. And then football on there, Tecmo Bowl, but no other really football games on there. All right, and then I got like this kind of, I think, is going to remind me a little bit of probably Rad Racer, but on skis. This is slalom, so you're avoiding like other skiers and you're avoiding like trees and obstacles. So I look forward to that. And then, like I said, baseball games are my jam on the NES, and thanks to Pat Contry's Ultimate Guide to the NES Library, which I have the copy of it that I bought from the Midwest Gaming Classic. I've read through that and found some suggestions for games that I wanted to get. This was one of them, and so was Blades of Steel. Little League Championship Series Baseball. So I look forward to definitely playing this one. Yeah, I didn't get, not every baseball game in there, you know, I want to get, but that was one that I definitely wanted to go ahead and get. Okay, got a couple of GameCube games this month. GameCube games are getting hard to find. They're expensive right now as well. It's crazy. So first up, these both came from Pixel Perfect Video Games. I got Lotus Challenge. This has been like a very hard to find game for me, a racing game. This only came out too on the GameCube, so you know, for a racing game to only come out on the GameCube, I think is like very, very weird. Number one, and I think that just makes this a lot more desirable, I think, to collect. And I like racing games as well, so I think I'll enjoy this game. And then I also picked up a copy of Sonic Riders from there as well. Now this game is getting expensive. Almost $50 for this game. I think it was like 45 I ended up picking it up for. And I've seen like copies of it in the wild recently, but didn't have the manual. And I didn't really want to go on eBay and get a manual. I didn't feel like it. Although there was a game I did buy that you're going to see. I will mention I did get a manual for it, but it was not one that was hard to find. This one might be a little bit harder, but yeah, $45 for this nice clean copy of the game. Very happy to get Sonic Riders for the collection. All right, now we'll talk about some Wii games. I actually got quite a few this month. Got like 8 here, so yeah, this is a really good haul of Wii games. Nothing spectacular in here, by the way, but hey, most Wii games I would say are still pretty cheap. So if you are looking to collect for Wii, I would go for it. Although I know the Wii is a lot of shovelware games, but hey, if you're going for like a complete setup for the Wii, yes, I know it's huge collection, but a lot of the games, like I said, very, very cheap. So starting off, we got Rio, game based on the movie, and there's just a lot of mini games on here, I guess. So we'll see if I end up enjoying that one. And you know, the funny thing about that game is, $5 game, could not find that game anywhere. As soon as I bought that game from Second Chance, I think I saw it in like 2 or 3 other stores, you know, this month. It's just weird how that happens. All of a sudden you find a game and then you're seeing it all over the place. This one came from a game lot that I just recently purchased, a Wii game lot, and that is Glacier 2, a racing game. This one came from the Swap Meet over in Lansing, and this is the Shrek Forever After, which once again, $5 game, and I could not find it anywhere. It's really unusual how you don't do that. Either people just, you know, throw those games away, don't trade them in, or stores aren't taking them. I don't know. This one I got for Kathleen, and this is Trauma Center New Blood. So I think she'll enjoy games like this, so I've been looking for the Trauma Center games. This one was pretty cheap, around $10. And from the exchange, I ended up picking up Fast Food Panic and another food game, Order Up. From the Broken Sword over in Plainwell, I ended up picking up Sonic and the Secret Rings, which I have played before. I have beaten this game. I don't like it, but I did not know this has like 40 party games on here. So this is what Adam from Double Jump Games said. This was one of his recommended games. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why are you recommending this game? But he's never played the story. He's only played the party games. And so it's like, hey, I'll give those party games a try and see what they're like. And then this one's for Kathleen, or I can play this as well. I think I would enjoy it. And this is Jaws Ultimate Predator. This game looks like a lot of fun. Like you're the shark, you go around, destroy boats, terrorize Amity Island. This looks like this is a lot of fun. All right, so we got some games for the DS here. I think all of them except for one is for Kathleen in here. So she ended up picking up a lot of puzzle games. So she got Seven Wonders of the Ancient World, Brainstorm series Treasure Chase, which I think we got that from Disc Replay down in Indiana. I don't remember where I got this one from. This one, no, I think I got this from Disc Traders in Battle Creek. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, which a lot of the DS titles you find at like Disc Traders, they're in the case, but they're like printed artwork. So unfortunately, we don't get a lot of DS games when we go out. All right, so this one's a more harder one to find. This one came from Second Chance, and this is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So happy to definitely get that. And then for Kathleen, I also ended up picking up. This came from, I think I got this from Pixel Perfect Video Games. Yes, I did. I did get this from there. And that's Professor Layton and the Curious Village, which, funny, when I talked to her on the phone before I got home, she said, we have that one. I'm like, what, we do? It was still on my wish list. And she looked it up down here in the basement. No, we didn't have it, so that was all good. All right, so I got 2 Switch games this month. Usually if I'm at the game stores, I don't really find anything. I'll grab like some Switch games. But this month I was able to find a lot of stuff without getting Switch games. So this one came from Disc Traders over in Jackson. And this is a copy of Go Vacation, which is also available on the Wii if you're looking for it for there. But I figured, hey, I want to play this game on the Switch. This looks like a lot of fun. Kind of looks like a Wii Sports Resort type of game. So if it's like that, I'm thinking I'll definitely enjoy it. No problem. I think this game looks like a lot of fun. And then I know I've heard this game isn't the greatest, didn't get the greatest reviews or anything. Hey, I'll give it a try though, and that is Mario Golf Super Rush, because I like Mario Golf games. I figured, hey, maybe I'll enjoy it. Sometimes people enjoy games that aren't the greatest. All right, so next up I'll do one Dreamcast game I ended up picking up. This came from the Broken Sword, and this is Sega Marine Fishing. This was the one of the 2 games I found over there this month. This was loose. I ended up buying a copy of it, the manual, on eBay. So yeah, I did end up finding that and was able to complete the game. And then I got 4 PlayStation 1 games as well. First one came from like Disc Traders in Lansing, which a lot of their PlayStation 1 selection as well, printed covers. But this one was not. And this is Burning Road, a old racing game, obviously. Looks like a lot of fun to play. This is from Pixel Perfect Games, and this is Colin McRae Rally, which is one that's been really hard for me to find. So the second one is expensive, so that one I know is going to be definitely a challenge to find. And then the second to last game here came from the Exchange down in Indianapolis, and this is Dexter's Laboratory Mandark's Lab. So a lot of the cartoon games I've been picking up, the more kid cartoon games, not the adult ones, the kid cartoon games. And then the last game here, this is actually one that very hard to find. I think this is a really uncommon game. And this is like the Worms series, if you've ever played that. And this came from Disc Traders over in Battle Creek. And when they had it posted, I was going out there a couple days later, and I was hoping, please still be there. And it was. And it's Hogs of War. So this game is definitely, yeah, if you've ever played the Worms series, this game is like that. So if you do enjoy that series, do check that out. All right, and then I got a nice, decent stack of PlayStation 2 games here. Looks like I got over 10 here, so we'll just get started right away. Rally Fusion, another racing game. And then this one, this is funny because I found this at 2 different exchanges down in Indy. Was not that they were case and game only, no manual, but found this at Pixel Perfect Games complete, and it's Hulk. And then this I actually heard was not a bad game. I thought this was I really thought this was not a good game, but I guess I found out it was. And this is Star Wars Racer Revenge. I know that there's the Episode 1 Racer, which is probably better than this, but I guess this one isn't too bad either. So I look definitely forward to playing that because I do love the Episode 1 Racer. And then I had Treasure Planet on PS1, but I didn't realize they had a PS2 version. So I picked up that, and I'd rather play it on there than PS1 since it's on a different, it's a later console. I picked up Freaky Flyers. This came from one of the disc trade. I think this came from, not the disc trade, this came from Swap Meet in Lansing. And then the guys at Pixel Perfect Games told me that multiple people kept picking up this game and putting it back, which they were really shocked about, and so was I. Not an expensive game to get, around $15 or so, but Simpsons Road Rage, if you've ever played Crazy Taxi, you will definitely enjoy this game. Also got a copy of Test Drive Unlimited, probably from a store. I think that one came from one of the stores in Indianapolis, along with Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero, which I'm having lots of trouble finding the Tokyo Extreme games. Also from the Exchange, I picked up Legend of Spyro Eternal Night. And then funny with this one, I probably saw like 5 more copies of this game after I bought it, which is funny because I had so much trouble finding Rumble Racing, which I've heard is a pretty fun racing game. And then this one came, I know this one came from Indianapolis. This was from one of the disc traders. And this just looks like a pretty, fun game. I just bought this on a whim. This was on my list, but I didn't know anything about it really, even after reading into it. And it's called Sitting Ducks. So yeah, like you're a duck, your friend is an alligator. There's lots of different little games in here to do. It looks like it's fun to play, so hopefully it is. All right, Wii U games. Oh, how about that? I got some Wii U games this month, which is unusual. Only a couple actually left on my list to get now. Not for a complete set, but just for what I'm looking for. So this was also one of Cooper's recommendations. And this is Cars 3 Driven to Win. And this is the version he recommends playing is the Wii U version. I like the Cars movies. He said this is a really good racing game. If you can find it on the Wii U, that's what you want to play it for. And then from the Pixel Perfect Games store, I got a copy of Shovel Knight, which this does come with the voucher for the digital soundtrack, but that's probably been used already, which is fine with me, not a big deal. But yeah, this is like a 8-bit game, so this game should remind you of, like, I think playing Mega Man. That's what it looks like to me, playing Shovel Knight. But also probably you can say he can use the shovel, I think, to hop around. So it kind of reminds you of DuckTales as well. Which, speaking of which, I also picked up a copy of DuckTales Remastered for the Wii U, also from Pixel Perfect Games. I had this originally on PS3, but I played DuckTales on Nintendo, so I figured, why not play it on a Nintendo console? This says it includes exclusive Disney Collector's Pin. This copy that I got, unfortunately, does not have it. So probably if you are looking for a complete copy, and I don't know if every copy of the game for the Wii U had the pin. I am sure that thing is not easy to track down, especially if you find it on eBay. It probably goes for a good amount of money. I will try to maybe look for one and see how much it goes for, but at the moment I'm not going to do that. Maybe like once I get most of my collecting done and it's down to like rare stuff to look for, maybe that's something I'll go look for. And then the last section I got of games to talk about is the Xbox 360, which I got some, I didn't get rare games in here, but I got a couple of collector's editions, which I've been looking for. First off, those will be at the bottom. We'll get started at the top. I got Connect Rush, which, by the way, also, from what I believe, no manual with this game. So I believe this makes a complete copy of this game, just the disc and the case. Because I found multiple copies of this game while I was out. I got it at one of the disc replays in Indianapolis. And yeah, I saw multiple copies of this game, no manual. And I looked up on eBay, no manual at all for complete copies. So I'm pretty sure that does not come with a manual. All right, got a couple of CSI games here, which now I think I have all the CSI games I'm looking for. So I got Fatal Conspiracy and Deadly Intent. So I think that completes all the CSI games I am looking for. And then from the swap meet in Lansing, I got Body Count, which is a hard, I would say, uncommon shooter game for the 360. Game goes for around about $15 to $20, and usually 360 games, a lot of them are under $10. So yeah, if it's, you see a game that's over $10, $15, $20 range, it's probably a rare, not rare game, probably an uncommon game to find, I would say. All right, and then the last two here are special collector's editions that I ended up picking up. One came from Second Chance, and that is Halo Wars, and this comes with the slipcover. I actually originally only had the Steelbook. So there it is, complete. That's what I originally only had, was the Steelbook. I did not have the slipcover, did not have the other special stuff, which actually whoever owned this copy beforehand never even opened this because the sticker on here is uncut. So this special edition, I know this includes everything in there. So I didn't even need to ask if that came with everything. So this has the slipcover of the game, and all the rest of the special edition stuff. So this is, really, really cool to add to my collection. And then the last thing I got here came from Disc Replay down in Indianapolis. It was our first stop of the day. And it's the Halo Reach special edition as well. Or I should say limited edition. So it comes with the slipcover. And then you open it up from the top here. There's a little handle, and you bring it out. Now, I'm going to say this. I did replace the game in here. The game that was in here was in a black case, so I'm not sure if it originally came with the black case or not. So I just replaced it with my green one because, I like the green on the 360 cases, not the black. And then underneath that, once I can get the game out, if I can, I'm not going to show you everything this comes with, but there is a bunch of stuff it comes with. There's like this pack here, and it has like everything in it. There's like, it looks like there's like postcards, there's little cards as well, there's like a journal, there's a map. And I did look up someone selling a complete copy on eBay, and so I did so to see what was in there, and I compared it with mine, and it does come complete with everything. In fact, I even asked before I bought it, if it came with, if it was complete and came with everything. So, I made sure of that before I ended up, purchasing this. So I was really happy to get that and add that to my collection. So those are my pickups for the month of June of 2022. So I want to thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe for more content. I do these pickup videos once a month, and they usually drop on the first of each month. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. Make sure you like the video. And make sure you leave a comment down below if you want to, make a comment about what I've picked up. If there's anything maybe similar to a game I picked up that not on my radar, let me know. And then share the video around as well with your friends. Maybe they would like to see this pickup video as well. So this is Michael Loudon over now. Mikey's True Guys are the best. Take care, and I'll see you next month.